Now, before we start, I want to let you guys know that today's video is unlike my other videos. By which I mean that today's video it's actually important. Now, if you own crypto or know someone who owns some cryptocurrency, or if you are interested to know more about cryptocurrency, then please watch this video till the end. Why should you watch it till the end? Because India is thinking about banning cryptocurrency, which means that the money you invested is at stake, India's national security and monetary policy is at stake, and most importantly, India's participation in the future of technology is at stake. But there's something you can do about it. Now, there's an essay by Balaji S that's been going viral और मुझे वो बहुत compelling लगा, इसलिए मैंने सोचा कि उसके ऊपर एक वीडियो बनाते हैं so more people can understand what's at stake. For those who don't know, Balaji S is an investor and an entrepreneur in the crypto space, widely respected in the technology industry and one of the best people to learn from. अगर आपने ये ऐसे पढ़ लिया है तो you can skip right to the end because basically this video is an explanation of what he says in the essay. You can directly skip to this part to know what you can do to make your voice heard. उन्होंने लिखा था कि इंडिया को बिटकॉइन बैन नहीं करना चाहिए बल्कि बिटकॉइन में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए. Here's why. Now, Bitcoin was invented in 2009 by a kind of anonymous engineer called Satoshi Nakamoto. His creation solved an unsolved mystery in computer science, and guess what happened? In 2010, cryptocurrency was worth $0. Today, its value has almost reached $1 trillion, of which 60% is just Bitcoin. For comparison, India ki GDP is $3 trillion. Now, Bitcoin came in 2009 and it was revolutionary by itself. But 2015 में आया एक game changer called Ethereum. Ethereum lets engineers write programs that can send and receive money. Imagine पैसा जिसके अंदर आप कोड कर सकते हो और अलग-अलग financial instruments build कर सकते हो. Stocks, bonds, futures. Since 2015, decentralized finance and decentralized apps are being built on top of Ethereum, which is already worth some $30 billion. Basically, cryptocurrency is huge. 2020 recorded more transactions on Bitcoin and Ethereum than in PayPal. Like, this is newsworthy enough. I don't know why this didn't become a big deal.
ऐसा क्या करे थे हम 2020 में?
Highest single day tally in over a month.
Hundreds dead, thousands infected, millions quarantined, with whole cities in lockdown.
Or to be prepared to face another round of lockdown.
And no vaccine's ever been proven effective.
We know that's not true.
Oh, yeah. Elon Musk has said that Bitcoin is inevitable. The International Monetary Fund has said that Bitcoin could be the next step in the evolution of money. The World Bank has said that Bitcoin is changing the way production and commerce are organized. The former US Treasury Secretary has said that Bitcoin is here to stay. Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, the Twitter CEO, MasterCard, everybody is on the crypto bandwagon. The point is that this cryptocurrency thing is legit and it's huge, but it's nothing compared to the future that awaits if we embrace it, instead of banning it. According to Balaji, here are 7 reasons why. 1. Crypto means India cannot be deplatformed. Now, Bitcoin and Ethereum are decentralized systems. यानी कि कोई एक अथॉरिटी का कंट्रोल नहीं है इसके ऊपर. यानी कि आपका अकाउंट फ्रीज नहीं हो सकता, ट्रांजैक्शंस रिवर्स नहीं हो सकते, कोई उसे कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकता. As opposed to a digital rupee, which I'm guessing would be controlled by the RBI. पर सिर्फ यही नहीं, decentralized technology has other applications also. For example, हम सबने देखा कैसे Twitter ने Donald Trump को deplatform कर दिया. Which means it's possible कि एक दिन किसी ने कुछ complain कर दिया इधर उधर and Twitter could ban our leaders also. And Twitter can do it because Twitter is the central authority of the platform. But now Ethereum use करके engineers नया YouTube, Facebook, Twitter सब नए build कर रहे हैं, which will be decentralized. Which means millions of Indian users and leaders don't have to worry about being deplatformed. And it's true that currently millions of Indians, and not just Indians, but people around the world are at the behest of American corporations. And if decentralized platforms are built, this is one less thing to worry about.
I see this as an absolute win.
Reason number 2, foreign investments. Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Reid Hoffman, Naval Ravikant, Chamath Palihapitiya, they all support Bitcoin. It's estimated that as the price of Bitcoin rises, 25% of the world's billionaires would be crypto owners. So if we ban Bitcoin, not only will it become illegal for millions of Indians who have already invested in it, but we're also telling billionaires with capital in BTC कि भाई India में invest मत करो. In fact, indirectly, we're also pushing our own Indian crypto billionaires away from the country. कि please पैसा बाहर लेके जाओ. And I don't know, having your own people and businessmen want to leave the country might not be the best thing. Now imagine the exact opposite, that we don't ban Bitcoin. Billions of dollars in crypto can be invested into the country. और ये already हो रहा है in places like Switzerland and Singapore. दूसरे countries ने already position ले लिया, which is very favorable for crypto because they want to attract entrepreneurs and investors. Reason number 3, Crypto enables the remote economy. Okay, now think about it. In the last 3 years, 400 million Indians have gotten connected to the internet thanks to Jio. And we know thanks to COVID, many people are going to be working from home. Predictions are that in the US, 60% of the people will be working from home. India is already a world leader in business processing and outsourcing. Cryptocurrencies work across borders across the world as fast as the internet. Abhi ye sab facts combine karenge, then you can see that India has the potential to be a world leader when it comes to remote working. We are a billion people with insane talent. Imagine अगर दुनिया के सारे companies हमें easily hire कर सकते और pay कर सकते. This could be huge for us as a country. Reason number 4, it strengthens our monetary policy. Now, the RBI holds 600 plus tons of gold. Why? Because in an economic crisis, the rupee may need to be backed by gold. Similarly, central banks around the world continue to hold gold. क्योंकि excessive money print करने से currency devalue होती है. So gold is a hedge against inflation. It's very liquid. It's a safe haven in a crisis, and it's internationally accepted. This is why India also holds 600 plus tons of gold. Now, if we issue a digital rupee, we will need digital gold to back it up with. क्योंकि digital transformation of the economy can't happen halfway. National currency digitized होगा, it will be accompanied by the digitization of precious metal reserves. Now, India is one of the world's largest importer of gold, and Bitcoin is valuable for all the same reasons why gold is valuable. If we are going to have a digital currency, digital gold will be an important part of our monetary policy. Reason number 5, deterring financial fraud. Now, हम इसे cryptocurrency इसलिए बोलते हैं because all the transactions on the network are protected through cryptography. It makes accounting really transparent and easy to track. Auditing is not just easy, it's also automated. In fact, the big 4 accounting firms, Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers, KPMG, and EY, they now use Bitcoin as the gold standard of truth when auditing firms that engage in cryptocurrency transactions. Now, because of blockchain technology, Deloitte and others have said that they can now automate accounting processes in compliance with regulatory requirements. Blockchain would ensure that a Vijay Mallya type situation अब नहीं होगा, क्योंकि accounting process can be automated. आप कोई भी reserves दिखा के फालतू का लोन नहीं ले सकते. अगर एक blockchain based platform से आप लोन लेते हो, तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि आप ये लोन वापस नहीं ले सकते. Proof of reserve will have to be built into the chain. अगर ये complicated लग रहा है, don't worry. The point is कि blockchain can reduce the burden on regulators by making sure कि जो भी लोन दे रहा है, जो भी लोन ले रहा है, all the financial actors are always in compliance. क्रिप्टो पे फ्रॉड, स्कैम्स, करप्शन ये सब करना मुश्किल है. रीजन नंबर 6, टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट. अ क्रिप्टो बैन वुड एंश्योर कि बहुत सारा टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनोवेशन जो इंडिया में हो सकता था वो अब नहीं होगा. इट वुड बी लाइक कटिंग इंडिया ऑफ फ्रॉम द फाइनेंशियल इंटरनेट. आप सोचिए अगर 2000s में इंडिया में इंटरनेट ही बैन हो गया, वैसा हो जाएगा. For example, decentralized finance is already an option to Wall Street. Decentralized crowdfunding is an option to raising from conventional venture capitalists. Decentralized crowdfunding is a way for entrepreneurs to raise money not from American VCs. Bitcoin is already displacing gold as a hedge to dollar inflation, and Indian investors would be prevented from doing so. And there are other crazy innovations that people are already working on. For example, user-generated capital, which means कि अभी कोई भी social network पे हम जो content बनाते हैं उससे हमें पैसे नहीं मिलते. उससे सिर्फ वो सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म का पैसा बनता है. बट इमेजिन अ सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म जहां पे आप एक यूजर हो और आप एक कंटेंट बनाते हो और प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ साथ आप भी पैसे कमाते हो. नॉट जस्ट द प्लेटफॉर्म. डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड स्टॉक मार्केट्स. इंजीनियर्स हैव फिगर्ड आउट अ वे टू पुट स्टॉक प्राइसेस एंड स्टॉक सर्टिफिकेट्स ऑन द ब्लॉकचेन. यानी कि कोई भी कंट्री अपना वॉल स्ट्रीट खड़ा कर सकता है. यूजर कंट्रोल्ड आइडेंटिटी. इथेरियम को यूज करके फेसबुक लॉगिन और गूगल लॉगिन के सिवाय एक और ऑप्शन बन रहा है कॉल्ड द इथेरियम नेम सर्विस, व्हिच विल अलाउ यूजर्स टू control their identity and not Facebook or Google. Decentralized social networks. Blockchain developers are building social platforms which are not controlled by Facebook, Google, Twitter, but controlled by the users and the communities. Now, ये सब समझने की उतनी जरूरत नहीं if you understand one thing. कि crypto is rapidly decentralizing power from American corporations और इंडिया में बहुत talented to take advantage of this. पर अगर हम Bitcoin और Ethereum खरीद ही नहीं सकते, forget building protocols on top of it. We will not be technologically competitive in the next 10 years. एक जमाने के जब गूगल, फेसबुक बन रहे थे, इंडिया के इंजीनियर्स वहां पे जाके काम कर रहे थे. अभी अगले कंपनीज बन रहे which will define the next generation of technology और हम उसमें पार्टिसिपेट भी नहीं कर पाएंगे. On the other hand, if we participate in this technology, our engineers sitting here can build global companies that the whole world can use. Like, we know our potential, but it's time to show the world. Reason 7, foreign policy. Now as we speak, US और चाइना के बीच में कोल्ड वॉर चल रहा है. US wants कि सब कंट्रीज डॉलर यूज करे और चाइना धीरे धीरे डिजिटल युआन को पुश कर रहा है. US और चाइना सबको प्रेशराइज करेंगे अपने अपने करेंसीज यूज करने के लिए. बट इंडिया कैन रिकॉग्नाइज कि हर देश चाहता है कि वो डोमेस्टिकली अपनी करेंसी यूज करे और इंटरनेशनली एक न्यूट्रल करेंसी यूज करे. And Bitcoin and crypto protocols are that neutral currency. Now, unlike the US currency or China's currency, India's digital rupee is not currently a candidate to be the reserve currency of the world. So, while domestically we can be in charge of the digital rupee, internationally हम चाहेंगे कि nobody is in charge of the reserve currency. Least of all US or China. In fact, everybody except for the US or China likely will eventually align behind crypto to be used for international trade because nobody is in charge of it and it's a platform where you can't be deplatformed. In short, India is on the verge of banning a $1 trillion industry instead of using it to strengthen our national security, economy, currency, technology, and foreign policy. But India's previous crypto ban was reversed. And I have some hope that even this time it won't happen. And I personally have very high hopes from this government. Because under the leadership of Modi ji, we have ascended to number 3 on the tech unicorn list. We have seriously taken a huge jump when it comes to mobile data and Reliance Jio. And India's payments infrastructure is one of the best in the world, if not the best. Which is why I truly believe that even this time they will make the right decision for the country. Like we have the opportunity to take a step that would attract global praise and support from the world's most renowned technologists and financiers. And the first step towards doing that is very simple. Now, if you are hopeful like me, here's what you can do. Many crypto founders and tech entrepreneurs have come together and created a website where you can go and write to your member of parliament and letting them know that you are concerned for the country's future and you are not for this ban. There's a link in the description. If you have a moment, then please click on it. Now, I know there are some crypto skeptics out there who don't exactly see the value in Bitcoin. But even among them, the wisest realize that perhaps an outright ban is not the answer. Everybody recognizes that the need of the hour is a discussion to figure out what's the best way to get what's good for our country through this new technology. Even our former Economic Affairs Secretary recently said that there is merit in looking at crypto as an asset, if not an outright currency. So, if you too think that an outright ban would be a tad bit extreme, then click on the link in the description, make your voice heard, and let the world know that India wants Bitcoin. Jai Hind.